Clemson's recruiting class underrated and being slept on. What's going on, people? Welcome back to Reject Reefer, and I got another banger video for you guys today. First off, like, comment, subscribe. Let's be special, baby. Let's be special. So right off the bat, Clemson's recruiting class kind of wrapped up. At least the early signing period is wrapped up. So we kind of know who's signed early, who hasn't. And overall, the recruiting class, not as high, not as many guys as we want. Smaller class, but I think there's some quality guys in there, some homegrown prospects that we can really build upon and could be impact players for us. Now, obviously, there's not a flashy out-of-state 5-star, but we got to remember, too, these early Dabo teams that truly played with a lot of heart and soul were kind of a lot of homegrown South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina guys, sometimes from Virginia. And that's what what we have in this class. We have a lot of guys from the state of South Carolina and a lot of guys from that area. And we're not getting guys from California that are kind of chasing the program cloud, coming out here to go to the NFL. It's a lot of homegrown guys that kind of grew up Clemson fans, which that's exciting as a fan base because we know those guys are going to play with some passion. And I'm not saying that the guys on the team currently don't play with passion, but it's just a different level of dedication. So one thing that was really nice to see is we had a lot of depth signings. A lot of guys at the offensive side of the ball that will provide depth. They may not be impact starters from us right now, but they could develop potentially into impact starters. But they provide us with depth for practice and when guys get hurt. Because the past 2 seasons, we have been absolutely ravished with injuries. The list goes on. So I'm happy to see us get some more depth guys. And also we have a lot of guys on defense, specifically in the secondary coming in. We might be losing some guys. Booth and Goodridge, we don't know what they're going to do. They could both go pro. They're both all ACC. There's kind of a question mark of what more do they have to prove before they can go to the NFL. And I don't think there's a lot left they have to prove. The 3 guys that really stand out to me is 1, quarterback Kade Klubnik, 2, Jeadyn Lukus, cornerback, and 3, Adam Randall, wide receiver. So my love affair with quarterback Kade Klubnik's been well documented in this channel. I've talked about it in the past, so I don't feel like I need to go too much into it. But one thing that really excited me is that Dabo compared him to Deshaun Watson, which is super exciting. Personally, I think Deshaun Watson is the best quarterback in Clemson football history. I know some people point at Trevor Lawrence as the best quarterback, the first overall draft pick. But guess what? There were games when Trevor just wouldn't will the offense to put up points. Even in the games that Deshaun lost, he would will the offense to put up points and be competitive. And I just don't feel like that was always the case with Trevor. There were some games where the offense just came out flat and it turned into a foot race of, our defense was letting up points. We needed the offense to put up points to match it. We just couldn't do it. But I feel like Deshaun, time after time, he was a baller and he would just put up points, will the offense to score. And so that's super exciting. I can't wait for that. Now, Jeadyn Lukus, homegrown cornerback from Malden, South Carolina. And he's 6'2", people. And I'll tell you what, 6'2" cornerbacks do not grow on trees very often. Now, this is super exciting because, like I said, we may be losing our 2 starting cornerbacks in Goodridge and Booth. So we'll see what happens with them. But if they leave, there's going to be a void of who's going to get playing time. And there's really a good opportunity for Lukus to step in and make an immediate impact for the program. Even if he doesn't become an immediate start, I would fully expect him to see him play in the slot, get some playing time in the slot, some development, help him develop, come along. But I think he's going to be impact players. His ball skills, you watch his highlights, he's got some good ball skills in the air. And 6'2", once again, you can't teach height. You can teach skill, footwork, but you can't teach athleticism. You can't teach height, and you can't teach speed either. So I can't wait for him to come on. And Dabo compared him to AJ Terrell, which excites me once again because who can't use another first-round NFL draft pick cornerback on the team? So I'm excited to see Lukus. Now, my third guy, it's kind of 2, and the main guy I want to talk about is Adam Randall, wide receiver. He's 6'3", but another guy that could very well be is Antonio Williams, another wide receiver. Both of them from South Carolina. And there's just really a void kind of at wide receiver. The past 2 seasons, we've been lacking a true number 1 option, a go-to guy. And some people point at, Ross was hurt. I know Ross was hurt, but Ross this year didn't look like the same player that he was 2 years ago, unfortunately. I think he's just coming back from injury, getting the swing of things again, but I wish him the best. And some people say, oh, we got Joseph Nagata. He's the number 1 guy. Well, Nagata, I like him still. Super talented, makes some amazing catches, but he's just, once again, shown kind of an inability to consistently stay on the field. And we can't point our fingers and blame him for that. You know, it's football, injuries happen. But we need a number 1 receiver that can stay on the field consistently through and not get hurt as often and have to sit out. Now, also, Beau Collins has really emerged towards the end of the season as a kind of a go-to guy. So I think those 2 guys will be able to compete with Beau for that number 1 spot. And our receiver room, I mean, we haven't had a number 1 option really since T. Higgins left the NFL draft. So if these guys can step in, one of them can develop into a number 1 option, huge win for the program and a huge win for the offense. But overall, I think these 3 guys can make a really big impact and almost an immediate impact on the football team. And I can't wait to see what they turn into. And as long as there's other talented guys in there too that could develop into great prospects and great players for us. One guy that I'm keeping my eye on is Jaren Kanak out of Kansas. He was a star athlete in Kansas, kind of under-recruited. There's not many elite recruiting camps in the state of Kansas. I mean, he's a superstar track guy, runs some crazy times. I'm sure you can find him on the internet, puts in some crazy track times. And I think he's just under-recruited and can make a big impact for us on the defensive side of the ball. Now, he's committed to us, but he's not signed yet. Brent leaving has kind of made him question a little bit, maybe I go with him to Oklahoma. Now, that's a real possibility that he follows Brent to Oklahoma, and if he does, I wish him the best. But, I mean, let's look at the last under-recruited Kansas guy that was a track star on the Clemson football team, Isaiah Simmons. If we can get a steal from the state of Kansas like that again, that could be a stud defender for us for a couple years and great building block for the program. So I can't wait to see where he ends up going, and I hope he goes to Clemson. But that's all I got for today, guys. As always, have a great day. Tell somebody you love them. Deuces.